The games are about to begin. You're watching Butler Esports.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. It has been an outstanding day for Siege here at the Butler land, and we're going to bring you two more. We're going to keep the festivities going. I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. What'd you say, Whiskey?
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. And here it is. We are in the two final games for the evening here on stream. Coming back after that stunning defeat in that double overtime victory, the match between Purdue and LVC. Following that game up is going to be really tough for sure because that was a stunner and an incredible game to be played. But Purdue is back for more, and unfortunately, they got to keep the ball rolling. This time, though, it's the battle for the number one seed in Group D, Purdue taking on Cal State Fullerton here, and we are going to Cafe, my friend.
Man, I love Cafe. It is a great map, right? It's kind of taken over as one of those standards that you're seeing once Oregon left the map pool. And it's a tough map. It is a giant square, and it's played out in like a very similar way to like Skyscraper would be, in the way that it's hard to get inside of the site for a couple of those, right? Look for some huge Aussie repels to be taking place. Lots of castle being played as they facilitate extensions upstairs. I'm curious to see what the bans are going to be.
Yeah, obviously changing up the way that the entire map is played. And we've seen some things, some interesting things come out, some standards come out, but we're about to find out between these two great teams. Like we said, Purdue, Cal State Fullerton. And if you recognize, that Cal State Fullerton team has perennially been at the top of the collegiate standings. We saw them in the grand final game in the collegiate CR6 Columbus Invitational. So this is a team that has been there and can do that. And right now, them and Purdue so close in the standings. Only one can come out on top after this game, though.
That's right, and right out the gate, let's start the bans out with a blitz. Not going to take that active real estate grabber, and I imagine we'll probably see the Monty to follow it up. But we've been surprised before. Monty to stand. Ying taken off the board. You don't want to deal with those candelas as you're dropping into the sky, or as you're trying to defend that skylight drop. I can't believe that we don't see Monty banned. That's amazing.
I mean, it is the blitz, right? So you've got the alternative. You're not going to see him. You get to see the Monty instead. Maybe watching, Cal State Fullerton, watching the way that that Purdue had been playing the blitz and said, we don't want to have to deal with that. We didn't get to see how Monty was going to be played, but we know, right? It's the devil versus the one you don't. Let's try and take that blitz off the board. Like you said, yeah, Ying gone, Azami gone. That's definitely going to change up the way that third floor is played. And then Fenrir as well. He's had a really, really high ban rate over the course of all of the games today. Almost surprisingly high for me.
Yeah, well, it's just one thing to get your vision obscured, right? It makes that push in. We're seeing a lot of that 30-second meta in play. And it's not something that, like, this needs to have the Fenrir off the board, but it definitely makes it easier when you're going. It's like having to deal with a cap can or something like that. It's just difficult to deal with in the end stage of the round. So, yep, take him out. Get him out of there. Take out Azami as well. The architect going to be gone with it. So let's check it out. We're going up to 3F, and you've heard it called kind of a solved site, right? There's a couple different ways you play this. You grab the access into Ticket. You hold the repel on Cocktail to force the mirrors off of that stacks. Rotate area. And then get yourself in. Get yourself ready for a plant off the side of the bar. See how the defense is going to stop that. I called the castle play. It is just a standard for Cafe, right? Block off those windows. Force them to use some utility and some gadget to start opening it up. And then you got, of course, Warden, who's going to stop any sort of smoke. Maybe those plants that jump in down through that skylight.
30 seconds in to start this one off. I'm seeing that third floor site, and a lot of times you see teams play Cafe where they're going for the top down clear, right? Cafe very, famous for the top down clear, even when you're playing a first floor site. In this case, a little bit of push in from the bottom as well, and You called it, Castle being used to try and stop a lot of this entry in from the windows. That's going to be a hallmark of the cafe defense and attack. Is a lot of rappel taking place. Interesting. I was wondering if we were going to see like a Capital out on this. It's one of the I was going to say one of the operators that can make a difference. So right now, tying up Yellow, taking down Poncho to even up the man count 4-4. But I think that was an opening pick there for CSUF, right?
Yep.
Cal State.
Mm-hmm. I believe, Poncho took that first one. Poncho got the first one and then was immediately traded out. So that does take us into a 4-4 here with a minute and a half. They're going to take a second look here as they spot out the Castle as he rotates back up wide towards that stacks area. And you can see the vertical being played here as the fight on Cocktail is going to get the down on
Wow.
and that's going to be answered back, though, as the Bees are ringing out and trying to ping out the location of the mirror, and they're going to go ahead and be successful on that. Of course, no doubt that she's there, of course. So the push-up White anticipated by Mira with the Vector in the hand, and that is going to be the kill onto Yellows. They pick the puck back up. Now takes us into a 3-3. 60 seconds left here as the Deimos charge is out. It's active. It's hunting. We'll see if he's going to be able to get one of those kills from outside.
I mean, you got 52 seconds left, and you still have two of the attackers playing outside. The only one that was in was Quick Cape, and he goes down. So now you got both of the attackers so hanging outside on the windows. Yes, going to get one. Are they going to peek that same window again? He's going to rappel in. Pre-fire, not going to happen. Cal State going to take that round one.
Look at Mira moving all weird there after the kill. I love the ragdoll on Siege. Okay, one to the defense. No surprises there as they take that 3F. Going to see him now move to one of the lower sites, and it looks like they're showing the 2F location, right? One of them, at least, fireplace and reading. And I like it. You're going to see a lot of the similar strat here that you just watched on their 3F hold, their third floor hold. Bring out the castle, stop that, or make them use that gadgetry to get in to take those levers, to take away that crossfire, and then bring the mirror up to hold.
Yep, watching them get set up here on reading, I think is definitely the preferred second floor site. Although generally the mid floors here on Cafe are sort of the tertiary and quad sites, but definitely reading seems to be preferred over the mining side. But it's got a little bit of opportunity for some quick plant, some action to see how this Purdue team is going to handle it. It's still early in though, and like we said, this is a battle for first place. Both of these teams got a great round count, and only one can come out on top after this. So this is the last opportunity for them to really see who it's going to be. So neither one wants to give up any rounds, right? This is, if you're just joining us, I know a lot of you have been here all day long. We're in a best of two. It's based on round count differential for seeding tomorrow in the single elimination playoff bracket for $4,000. So every round counts.
Yep, huge first kill as they take the Brava off the board, and that's going to stop any of that default cams being taken out, or maybe any of those mute jammers. I love the lean in here to the double area denial, right? Bringing out both the Goyo and the smoke. Really making sure that the two people that are going to be holding down in sight actually have a way to stop the plant should it get a little bit quick. They go for some of that rush style a little bit. A couple of shots onto the Mira. Not going to amount to a kill. However, that one will, though. Quick Kid got to take smoke off the board. That means those 3 canisters are gone and unused.
Wow,
now puts
huge.
it into a 4-4 there, Whiskey.
This combination of the using the mute jammers, protecting the mirror windows, I think is a great combo, right? Typically, we're seeing the mute jammers try and protect from the ace charges, but when you've got the mute jammer down at the bottom, it was preventing Twitch from getting in and clearing out those windows, right? So you're forcing the Ash to use the breaching rounds to clear those off. So the Twitch drones have a little bit more extra utility because plenty more uses per drone than Ash. She's only got 2 of those. So if you're able to use them and take down the mirrors, so that way she's got those breaching rounds available or something else, great use of utility. But The Mute Jammers coming in clutch. But speaking of clutch, it has got to be Goyo. It's the last one left alive.
That's right. Finds one, looking for another one towards the door. Is going to open up that Goyo canister, but the shots start coming through on the wall bang. It's just going to prove to be too much.
Wrath going to be the one to get that final kill almost a TK there as they had him absolutely surrounded. You had the hatch drop down in laundry. Goyo was trying to look everywhere, trying to find something to make it happen. Purdue, though, going to find one on attack. So we're tied up 1-1. This back and forth battle starting off. And look at that. Siva, 5-1 to start this thing off. To Naturals, 4-1. Two players off to a great start here on Cafe.
All right, run it back. They're going to do it again, and they're going to bring out the same operator lineup. We're going to see the Wamaya on the board for a little bit of that projectile denial, but instead of the smoke to be used here. But other than that, it's the same setup, right? They're going to stop some of those flashes potentially from coming in, or those smokes that are coming for that devastating distraction. But other than that, they're like, you know what? This 2F is ours. We can hold it. They feel confident in their ability and their strat, so run it back.
Yeah, taking a look at the way that they're trying to set this thing up, using the area denial Goyo, I think that worked really well. Slowed that team down. I think if they had maybe one extra of those engagements that we could have seen that extra utility come in. And they don't have the mute though, or they have the mute on the attacking side. They don't have the twitch to try to deal with the mirror windows this time, so they're not going to have that same. That same interaction with the mute jammers, but they still have the breaching rounds from Ash, so they're going to go for the top-down clear, open up some of this 3F, and bring out the Brava, try and steal some of this electronic utility. Those mute jammers are going to be the main targets.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Clutch Drone starts to get in and put some work towards getting some of those defaults taken up, some of those jammers off the board, and they're just uber concerned about this Miro holding from the stacks area as they just keep giving the live ping on exactly where they're at. So push inside to top of red as they about to have an engagement here. Got to deal with both mirrors, right? You're going to see that first engagement from the stacks area and cocktails. They're making their way inside. And here it is. It's Castle. He's locked himself in down below with that Castle barricade being on the reading door. Okay. First minute gone. Drones doing what they do best as they are sussing out where the heck this defense is. Waiting for the cross here as those bees are ringing out, pinging those locations.
There it is. Opening kill. Purdue taking that one. So trying to see which one of these teams. Last time we saw the Cal State team get that opening pick, able to convert on it. Yali was talking about that their game had nearly 100% conversion rate. Look at this, the nade coming out. Not going to claim one, though.
Almost.
But jeez. Daisy Andy grabbing a double.
Down for it. 3-3 now with 65 left on the board. It's a low health scenario for the Mira, but still have the mute holding up top, right? They still got some third floor presence. Now he does make his way back down there as they bunker back in. One member still outside of the attacking team, and that's kind of what we talked about in the pre-show, right? Is that this is a tough map to even get yourself inside of sometimes. And so he's going to make a entrance into Pillar, and they're going to start for that push towards the plant.
Wow.
Jesus.
Nice shot there. Using the DMR once again. That doe could be coming in, but the area denial from the Goyo coming out, even though he's dead, all of his utility in place and opening up, watching the hatch drop Poncho. What a play to take down Quick Cape with 15 seconds left, my friend.
That's right. Diffuser is in the hand of Grim, and it's going to be the only thing that he can do here in this 1v2. Got to get some frags going, but the cross set up. Vector going to rip his head off as Natural finds his life forfeit.
All right, so that time Cal State lost the opening engagement to Purdue, but were able to come back, take that 4v5, turned it into a round win on defense here for Cafe. So maybe a little bit expected. We know that this is it leans again towards that defensive sided map, but right now the surprise for me, no first floor. We're going to see Cal State go back up to 3F for their fourth round defense. and bring out a little bit of a similar lineup, but a couple big changes there. The Rooney and the Warden coming out as the alternative. So Rooney really good for burning the utility there from this Purdue team, right? Either stopping the drones, protecting the hatches, maybe protecting the mirror windows. Just trying to burn some of that as they take long shots through the windows. If you have to take a shot through one of those on a rappel, you're gonna have to burn the Rooney gate. Or, we did get to see an Rooney gate kill in our previous match.
That's right, we did. I love seeing the little icon up in the corner. Got by a gadget. So, yeah, you're right. They're not going to see them down to that first floor, and I wonder if that is because of the Monty presence, right? It's a standard mode to either walk them in through white to put, pressure onto the Warden, or taking that bakery area to take up space, right? So, now that the Monty's available, maybe we would have seen it if they'd have won their second floor. Maybe not. They might have gone the other second floor as well.
That's an interesting thought that, they're, didn't want to ban out the Monty, going with the Blitz instead, and rather than sort of leave that option open, just don't play the first floor site and sort of deny his utility downstairs on the first floor. That's an interesting way. I think, if we see Cal State win this one, then for sure my guess would be that we'll see a first floor play and then see how that will play out.
You think so?
I think so, my friend.
Warden on a low health scenario now, but he remains alive here. It's still 2 minutes. They're going to take a couple of shots towards the white stairs, but nobody there really to receive that order. He's just hanging on, waiting for the potential of a glimpse, right? Starting to open up a lot of these rotates here.
Almost taking out his feet
yeah.
from below. Boy, that vertical play. Look at this. They've got two defenders playing right below Buck. Nobody taking any shots, though, except for apparently by accident.
Amazing. So now the call goes out, and the rappel is going to wait for the crosshairs. Buck starts to put some more pressure onto this defense and try to hit. Now, if he hits that Warden from below with that shotgun, he's going to get the kill at that 5 HP. Starting to see those Dokkaebi calls going off, and the bees as well. So
he didn't take a shot with the knowledge from the bees either. You're getting red pings from down below. I'm not sure what Buck was thinking. It looked like they had the ping out to be able to take a shot on it and just didn't.
He's going to look back at this VOD and see all the times he could have potentially got the kill there, and he's going to be a little upset with that.
Certainly doing a great job of opening up all this vertical play from down below to give this Purdue team a little bit of information as they make the push up, but good job walking past the mute jammer, having some trigger discipline, taking the shot at the top of whites, and boy, right now Purdue is hitting all their shots.
That's right. It's a 4v1.
Except for that one.
Yeah, except for that one, of course. Poncho's going to take natural off the board, and that's going to be the first, but not to be dismayed. They're going to find it off the back of some DMR play.
Let's go. Yeah, we've been talking about the DMR, the rise of the DMR all day with its killing potential. And, boy, said that if we saw Cal State win that, we're going to see a first floor. They didn't. Purdue going to take that one. They're going to try it again back upstairs on 3F. Boy, that is an interesting pick after seeing Purdue go back and win that on attack. Why take the chance again? Obviously the big difference here, check it out down at that defensive lineup, the combination of the Capcan and the Scopos there as the huge changeup in the way that this round is going to be played. I love it, and can't wait to see where these guys are going to stick that idle shell. Looks like downstairs in the first floor, hiding in the kitchen. There it is.
I love that. And Capcan going to put some pressure onto the Buck, who was so impactful on the last round, right? Get some Capcan traps down there. Hopefully they're not paying attention and they're going to catch it. You like to see it on the last part of the round. They're not looking for it, and it only takes one, right, Whiskey? It only takes one Capcan trap to go off to incredibly slow you down and force you to look at every door, every window. And he's going to get aggressive right out the gate here. Is he looking for a spawn peek?
I was going to say, speaking of looking at every door and window, Jocelyn looking to see whether or not there's a spawn peak opportunity coming out of the Christmas spawn, and nobody's going to actually be in that space. We know for sure that it's cafe. Somebody's going to be taking a look, and these guys are great at the game. We know that they're going to be watching for that. We've seen it be, just unsuccessful, and setting up the claymores to be able to take advantage and knock out that idle shell if chooses to make that rotate. So they're either going to need to have one of the attacker or one of the defenders come down and clear those out before make the shell switch, or sacrifice, or just leave it as a bulletproof shield with a cam at this point.
Yep, that's right. The flank potential real, but it's going to make it incredibly difficult, especially because you can't just shoot the claymores anymore, right? They are so instant on the kill. Since that recent, I don't know what you call it, nerf, buff, whatever it is to the claymore, but
I'd say it's a buff to the claymore, a nerf to the defenders. That buff to the claymores, and if you've got two of them, right, even if the idle shell stands up and was able to shoot one, they're not going to be able to catch two.
Yeah, that's true. So, minute and a half as they take a look towards Pixel. Start to put some pressure on. This is what we talked about. It's a standard take here. Claim that new hatch, claim that ticket area, and then put the pressure on the backside. Natural going to find his life forfeit, and that's going to give the body balance over to the defense here as CSUF. Looking to find another one to take the body balance a little bit heftier in their favor, right? They need...
This is one of the slower rounds we've seen in terms of how quickly we're seeing this whole thing start to develop. Poncho is going to use that brand new gun on the Scopos to take down one, and that gives them a 3v5 advantage. But this has really felt like a really slow execute, right? We've got 35 seconds left in this round, and we're still seeing the attackers, essentially get set up and clear utility.
No, there's the first kill, though. It is going to take... the headshot. Capcan going to fall. Warden going to fall as well. When
What?
that goes down, all of a sudden, what was a devastating situation for Purdue finds himself up in the body balance with Scopos, the last alive. Now, if he goes down to that one that he had, it could be over, and they wouldn't even need to take a shot. 9 seconds left. They're going to start chasing him down, but he's got the play. Poncho, not to be denied, on the stairs of white. Sheesh!
Completely oblivious. They missed it. I know that Scopos drone definitely makes a lot of noise moving around, but missed by the Purdue team. I thought, what a roller coaster ride of emotions that one was. We're thinking Cal State had that thing in the bag, 5 up. They got the opening pick, and then all of a sudden Purdue turns that thing around, puts it in a 2v1 scenario. It looks like it's all over. 9 seconds left, and Poncho comes up huge, 7-3, his scoreline here, and they take a third floor. And now, finally, we're going to see a first floor defense.
You called it. You said it. He could see into the future. He read the script. It's now going to be bakery here for the last round of the first half of the second to last map.
That's right, second to last map. If you've been with us for the duration of this great LAN event here at the Butler Fall Break, just got 1.5 left, right? We are almost halfway through this map. One more to finish it up. But first, we got to find out which one of these two teams is going to come out on first place. And I know you saw it, my friend. What are we looking at on the attack side?
I'll tell you what, it's exactly what we thought was going to happen. Monty on the board, the walking drone, the mountain. He's going to make an appearance as they're going to go put some pressure onto the Warden playing into that first floor prep area. Oh, wait. No, he's not sitting in the normal spot here.
It's going for white. He's going on the white take.
Well, yeah, this was what I talked about first, but I thought Warden was going to be standing there with a shield and a shotgun. No, not going to be the case. He's going to keep himself in sight, which means they're going to get that real estate for relative free here. So they march in, they take a bunch of space, and they're just kind of allowing it. Everybody on that first floor area, nobody roaming above for the vertical.
I was just taking a look back at some of the stats, right? On this Cal State Fullerton team, Poncho and Jocelyn were part of the Team iOS that we got a chance to cast back in February in an epic BO5 versus Army of 5. One of the maps they played, Cafe. 7-3 victory for that Team iOS. That is this, a core piece of this Cal State team. So got some strats, got some ability to play this map. And look at this though, they have unfortunately, not able to open up that wall all the way in. Boy, that nade seemed like it took a little bit of a bad bounce, forcing all of the attackers out of the way and not, unfortunately, clearing the electricity. That breach denial still in place.
Yeah, there's no way that grenade hits the Cade Claw at the top. So, unfortunate bit of shenanigans there. Not going to amount to any difference maker. It's a minute and 12 left as you start to see the Dokkaebi calls go off. Does get hit with a proximity alarm. The flash is coming in. That's going to be Castle Flash inside of that code check. He gets reduced, and that's going to be a double kill as it rings out. Two of them taken down, with Natural being the first to fall on the other side of it. Ace the next, and now Mute goes down, and Dokkaebi to follow. All of a sudden, we're back into a 2v1 as the sniper shot is going to ring out. Jocelyn going to take one, and now it's all onto the shoulders of Monty, who's going to get inside and start going for that plant, and there's the Doc play, and that was huge. He was down, he got stimmed back up, and so now it's a mostly full health, and what are you going to do when there's a Cade sniper shotty on the other side of a 1v3?
Oh, right in the dome piece, my friend. There it is. Man, see the standard split. Cal State Fullerton coming up with 4 their defensive rounds. Now, though, side swap. Get a chance to see how is this Purdue team going to handle their defensive cafe. They're going to start off on what we talked about as the preferred second floor site, reading. Interesting that they're not going to go. They're going to forego that 3F. We saw so much play on the 3F. That was, let's see, 1, 2, 3 out of the 6 rounds played on the third floor, the first half of this match.
Well, and you're still going to see that, right? It's just maybe not going to be the necessary site. And I think it's a good idea, right? 3F is very, like, step by step by step, and if you tick off the boxes and a little bit of luck, you're going to be able to take 3F on the attack most of the time, I would think, right? Because you're just catching people on the cross as you put the pressure on from the other side. So going to forego it this time, and we're going to see a little poncho on the Monty play here for some 2F. So look for potential.
Push in through that hell door, maybe. Try and make a push over into reading. A little bit of direct, maybe some misdirection up at the top. Well, we talked about the spawn peaks on Cafe. There was one. He got close. Nobody taking. Oh, no, they did. He took a little bit of health off the Grim spawning in Park.
Yep. Still thinking that he's up there. Takes a couple of shots, but nobody there to receive that order. On the other side of it, though, we are going to see, haven't seen much of him this evening. It's going to be the Pulse on the board.
Oh, yeah, this might be the first time that we have seen a defensive round with Pulse being played. He may have been played on some of the other maps off stream, but I think that's a first for us. I mean, he's definitely situational, and maybe I've sort of put him in that same sort of very situational use as Doc. But here on the third floor, or the second floor site, you can play downstairs on 1F, go for the C4 from below.
Pulse is infinitely more better than Doc in any scenario. He has got intel, right? He directs the push. Now,
seems like the players disagree, man.
Nah, players are wrong, bro. That's an interesting ram. A little glitched up on the skylight. Oh, Monty start making the push in here. Gets a little bit of damage from that, or a little bit of slowdown from the Malusi. Did you lose sound?
We lost a little bit of audio, but it's coming back. Everything's going to work out in just a moment.
There it is.
Mic should be still going, but yeah, look at this. The Monty there tossing flashes in. Holy cow, if this defender survives, I don't know how it's possible, but a C4 to take down Jocelyn.
Nice pulse play there as they find the first C4. It's a vector to take CVA off the board as well, as Monty kind of finding himself a little bit under duress here on the top of the white stairs, pushed in, but not really finding much. It's going to be natural to take a kill, and Monty reduced to that 44, and now they're just going to bully him.
Everybody's swarming.
Yeah, they're just going to bully him. Now you still have Grim here holding on to the long angle, hoping to catch somebody.
Coming up behind him.
Yeah, the natural's going to take Poncho off the board, and it's going to be be Grim all alone. He had a little bit of that same foresight you did. He's going to get the down, complete the kill.
Okay.
Now he's got to be on pace for the ace, though, Whiskey, if he's going to want to bring anything back here. He knows a little bit about where they're at, but you got to know the cross is set and ready. 26 seconds. This is a tough hill to climb.
It was good play there. I mean, you had Mute walking up the stairs to try and execute the flank from up above, but unfortunately, just a hair too late in making the push up, shooting Grim in the back. He's able to get his utility down, but in the end, it didn't matter. Going to see Natural finish out one, and that, friend, is going to take us to our first timeout. That request here from Cal State lost. I mean, a little bit surprised. I mean, they lost one, but not really. Cal State had felt like they were in control, right? Interesting that they take the timeout now after losing only one round on attack.
Yeah, but something about it felt just off, right? Sometimes you can just tell when it's not functioning the way that you want, even if it's, close in the end of it. I like the call, right? If you see something, talk about it, get it out in the open that way, or maybe it's an exploit, right? It's a gap that they could have shot that they didn't, so they're going to take a chance to talk about it. I like it. I think it's the right call. At least they're not waiting until that, one
waiting
round
until
left.
it's too late,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? Taking advantage of it when they still have got an opportunity to make some changes in the way that this game is going. So far, Purdue definitely feeling very balanced, right? Everybody sort of contributing, everybody being a piece, and they got that first defensive win. It's a great start for them as they trying to claw back after that, truly heartbreaking loss on that previous map to LVC. So this is definitely for them their opportunity to come back and erase that out of their memory.
Well, maybe not erase it, but definitely try to make up for it, right? One away from tying up this scoreline, Whiskey, and they're going to bring a couple of fun operators to the board. It's Maestro, and I love the Maestro play, right? He can be devastating, especially when you're trying to make that push into ticket, or when you're trying to go for that plant and you just keep getting zapped, no way to deal with it. Plus, he's got enough bullets to kill them all.
Well, except for the way to deal with it. Love what we're seeing. Diabring, the Brava. Yep, steal that utility. I love that. Now, the hard part is that that generally the Maestro cam placements I think are a little bit tough. But oh no, is that going to be a drop? We're gonna see. Not. Looks like. Yep, there goes Castle. He's gone. 20 seconds in, no damage done. My guess is that's a rehost.
20 seconds still in? I don't know. Looks like they're playing it out.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see how it goes. Castle, at least all of his utility is passive, right? It's all down. I think he had all of those castles in place. So, yeah, play it out in a 4v5.
That's right. Sometimes you just got to take the bull by the horns, and that's exactly what Purdue's got to do here if they're looking to tie it up on this round. So, man advantage is going to sit in the hands of CSUF as the run out does happen. Nobody there to receive it or try to answer back to it, of course. It's the hold on red, thinking that maybe might catch a rotate up, especially from that jump out. Everybody's still sitting on the roof here, all five.
The mute in Cigar is a there goes Wrath also left. I think this was going to be a rehost. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it was what we expected, right? No damage done early in the round. Not sure what happened. I know we had having some slight tech issues, right? That whole UMBC was we had some tech issues that sort of delayed that one, caused us to have to cast the second match before the first. In this case, they are going to replay that round, so no harm done, except for just delaying the siege a little bit longer.
That's right. So we got to get that lobby started back up. So if you just give us a few, we'll be right back with the rest, the stunning conclusion of this second to last map. Sit back, relax, because when we come back, we're going to bring you some more siege. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Nailed it. I'm still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and he is still Mr. Whiskey Run, and we're bringing you the stunning conclusion to Purdue taking on CSUF here in this absolute nail-biter. It is still 4-3 as we try to get this next round done.
That's right. The battle for first place in Group D. That's like the fourth time I've said it now. Because it is true, my friend. Who is it going to be? Purdue, Cal State Fullerton, and duking it out on Cafe. Like you said, heading into round 8, all cleared up. The 2F reading site off, not available. So we're going to get to see third floor again. I know you're surprised about it, and that's exactly where we were just a few moments ago before that unfortunate DC on the last rehost. So talk about this defense. Mira coming out in addition to, again, the Maestro. So that Maestro is going to make an appearance again. And the Brava on the attacking side is going to stick with the lineup we got a chance to see before that DC. So the battle of electronics between Maestro and Brava. Can't wait to see how that one's going to play out.
Yeah, doubling down on the drone work as well, right? Floor is going to come out to get rid of a lot of that extension util, specifically some of those castle barricades. To start, well, maybe not the castles. I guess those are probably going to be on the windows. More like taking out those blasted Maestro cams if they can't be dealt with, and forcing that Mira out of that critical push point that is behind those Miras.
That's right. Working on the top down, we're seeing this attacking team make the push up. Work on clearing out some of this utility, though. You've got the Ashes. You've got a little bit of distance charge. The combination of Flores, Ace, and Ash all together spells doom for a lot of the softer pieces of utility, and some more of the harder ones as they've got some opportunity to clear. You hear the explosions starting to go off at this point, and a lot of play off these third floor windows as they work on getting the attack set up. The difference is here. Oh, quick cape goes down early. That's an opening pick for Cal State. And
the former member of Quadratics.
you know, I was going to bring that up. We got it. I went back and checked because we had an opportunity here with this rehost. I had a chance to cast quick cape, yeah, as part of a Quadratics team back in March and April of 2023 at GNL Season 3. You know, long casting history here among the players in collegiate and all the way T4 through T2 Siege.
Okay, you heard the Ash charge go off, trying to take a shot at the mirror. This plays out pretty similar for the most part. Poncho going to take the next kill as they're going to find Castle off the board. That's going to give the body bounce tipped over into CSUF. And they're going to drop down onto red and take a Legion Goo for his efforts. He's going to rotate down a little bit to relative safety to try and get that thing taken off, but Poncho with the double kill. He is just not to be denied. Still got plenty of time here, Whiskey, for this attack team to suss out these last two defenders as they start to make the push in. One of them, of course, is going to be that Maestro, and still have a C4 on the board. Maestro to get the kill, but is returned immediately by CVA, and now puts us into a 3v1, a 2v1, as the Vector going to ring out and claim ahead of Andy.
That's right. Wrath making the push in and grabbing a... taking a few
Holy whip,
shots.
Batman! Now he's going to find that kill anyways, but it was off the back of some crazy missed shots.
Wow, yeah. Able to hold on, you know, holding on to that ACOG, able to take that shot all the way across the top of the third floor. And in a 2v1 scenario, Mira was definitely in a rough spot. So that is a Cal State win. Going to go up in that 5-3 scoreline. Like you talked about, if you've been with us, best of twos in a round count. So this Cal State team really wants to try and find a way to win here on attack as quickly as possible, to try and put as big a round count differential between them and Purdue as possible. Of course, Purdue on the other side, playing defense, wants to shut down this attacking team and at the least, you know, take it to a 7-5 victory, which was at least a 2-1. Right now, that's their best opportunity, the best that Purdue can do. But, you know, if they can get at least 2 up, separate them, put them back in, solidly into first place against this Cal State team.
A couple of interesting picks here, Whiskey. Gonna forego the standard Valkyrie. Oh wait, was Valkyrie banned? I can't actually. No, it was Fenrir and Azami. So gonna opt for the Mozzie instead, right? A little bit of that mobile intel, but the crazy part, this is gonna bring out the P10 Roni of all guns, right? It's a little bit of a pea shooter. Now it can be a laser beam, of course, but it's an interesting pick, especially when you couple it with the shotgun of Solus, right? So a couple of interesting guns that you don't really see too often, although the Solus shotgun we've seen several times today.
Yeah, that's right. Several times and used to great effect. So that's certainly an option here. And look, using the pistol to try and open up the main door, and you got plenty of bullets in the rest of your utility. Interesting choice there. So, you know what? I'm wondering whether or not we're sort of just hitting the end of the night. Look at the run out.
Oh, just barely misses it. But
Wow.
yet again, that's 2 times in a row. He takes the shot, misses it. There's a repeat, and he's able to find the kill. This time, however,
Wow.
it's going to be the entry instead of the ender, and it's going to take Mute off the board. That's going to give the body balance tipped over to CSUF, as Monty has claimed full control of Bakery now as he starts to make the push in.
That's right, full control of Bakery, but you've got the mute jammers in place, blocking the Twitch from making the push in, plus the electrified wall that they've got to deal with from the Cade. They're going to use the impact, the EMPs to try and clear it, and there it is, opening up that wall. I don't know if they realize that this defense, though, has got some vertical coverage. You've got that Mozzie and the Solus playing upstairs in train mining area, looking down. Nobody on this attacking team, appears ready to deal with it. Twitch taking a couple shots upstairs, but immediately dropping down. No lasting pressure on this 2F hold.
Yep, that's right. So Monty starts to take a couple of peeks here as they're getting ready to make that push in towards the execute. A couple of smokes, but they're still holding on to the vertical. And there it is. Vertical up top. That's the Capital for you. It is going to be the P10 Roni to find one. And Poncho going to take a pistol and drop natural down, putting us into a 4v3. It's 47 seconds left. The rotate down, the pinch move, but he's ready for it. But he's going to get knocked anyways. What a shot onto the Mozzie. And now puts us into a 4v2. And both of them are on that first floor. They have rotated back down, but man, it's a tough hill to climb here. They definitely got the down onto the Warden, takes us into a 4v none.
4v none. That looked like one of those, that shotgun engagement was just a little bit too far to be able to take. Solus not close enough, not close quarters. The AR of Nomad coming out, cleaning that one up and sending Cal State on to match point. We said this is their opportunity to put a huge round count between them and this Purdue team. 6-3. And pulling that off on the defensive half. So that's 2 in a row for this team. Now, as we head into round 10, here's that question. Can Cal State hold on and shut this thing down right now? Stack up a huge differential, 7-3 victory, or is Purdue going to be able to come alive on their defensive half on Cafe, right? These next 3 rounds should belong to this defense in a standard split, right? We've already seen the attackers win 2 on round 8 and 9. And yeah, unfortunately, the HUD showing round 3, but trust us, we're on round 9. 10. That's what I meant.
That is what he meant. And we were testing you, and you all passed.
Yeah, congrats.
Good job, chat. Okay, so a little bit of aggression here. We are showing the Amaru, which I enjoy, right? Now you're going to take the Monty off the board. That was the 6th pick. So something that can still get active, right? Take control of white, send yourself up through the window, get a plant with a cross held on fireplace. Bob's your uncle. And I think that's what they're going to be looking for here. Do have on the defensive side of it, we're going to bring the pulse back out. We're going to play into that C4 play. He is down on the 2F area. Down in sight. So he's going to be playing to make sure that vertical play isn't going to be had as easy. Ram, though, going to start to open it up, try to create some of that fish in a barrel situation that only Ram can do.
Look at this Amaru trying to find where is the place that you've got the Dokkaebi to give a little bit of intel and getting ready on that heaven window. You've got one of the players cocktail though, right? It seems like it's a bit premature. No, it's not. Making the jump up going to take one? Holy cow, this attacking team, I can't believe they were able to find one there.
That's right. And Ram now on that low health. They're going to find the kills. Quick Cape going to take CVA down. Now puts us into only Amaru alive.
Wow.
Just absolutely huge, devastating collapse of the attack there. And an easy peasy Vector lemon squeezy.
What a great round for Wrath. The past couple rounds here after the rehost, Wrath has been absolutely coming alive. We talked about this Purdue team needed to pull something special out to try and hold off this surging Cal State team, and right now, that was it, right? It said this should be the next 3 rounds in a row should belong to this defensive team. So that's the 2F site. I'm going to go upstairs to 3, and 3, like we talked about, has not been successful here for this defense.
That's right. So they're going to switch it up just a little bit. Is the Valkyrie going to be on the board, right? A little bit of cam action to be had here, and they're going to change it out for that Mozzie and a little bit better of a gun. So
I think that's a good call.
Yeah, same, right? Bring out the castle, bring out the area denial of the Goyo, stop the intel from the mute. This is a classic defensive setup to hold up here on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, and we talk about one of the reasons we talk about Valkyrie on Cafe all the time, normally in a banning situation, right? She's normally one that gets banned on Cafe because she's got a ton of utility, right? So many open spaces on this map, lots of opportunity to be able to hide those cams, and they have tremendous coverage, right? We're not talking about small rooms and small corridors for the most part, right? You've got some areas that the pillar area where you can get 2 floors of coverage in a wide angle with a belt cam. So I think she brings a ton of utility and is a great addition to this defensive lineup, so much so that normally she's banned on this map. So they opted instead to get rid of the Azami Fenrir in this case, but leaving a very powerful intel operator on the board.
That's right. Okay. I'm going to see this first minute tick by, and they're going to get in there and do what drones do best, right? They're going to try to find this defense. Specifically, they're going to try to hunt down this Valkyrie, who is sitting in the bar, right? Sitting whiskey down below. You are going to see some of those coils get taken out as the Twitch just having a huge effective use. Did it get it? Did it get it? It missed it. And the body block from Mira able to save that Mira drone, or that Mira window.
Jumping in front of the laser, taking the 5 HP damage instead. Yeah, because she's at 120 out of 125 after taking that Twitch shot to the chest.
Okay, body balance does sit in the hands of Purdue here as they're looking to try to equalize on the score line. 2 down, got to be perfect for 2 or this one's over. Still winnable here for the attack side, but they're going to have to find one to equalize. Wow. They're going to get Goyo off the board, and that's exactly it. Jocelyn able to find that kill onto Quick Cape and then rotate back up to the top and look for somebody rotating back down below. Hatch play in full effect here as we sit in a 4-4.
4-4, minute 10 left on this map, and it is match point for Cal State. Purdue has got to find something special here to try and even this round count up. Otherwise, going to take a little bit of a loss of walking through and drop out of that first place position, leaving Cal State in possession of it. But the shot into Train, no way he wins that. But again, evens his kill count up at 3-3. Boy, definitely question the choice of playing the 3F site again. Would have loved to have seen these guys go back downstairs to 1F maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. So we stay tied up, and it's going to be 3-3. Mirror going to get taken off the board as Andy's able to find Wrath. That's going to put us into a tough situation, but he gets equalized as Andy goes down now into a 2-2. And very similar on the health, right? 1 HP difference between the 4 of them outside of, what it is comparatively to each other. Shots up top on the bar. It's going to be traded out again, and it's the plant going down. Valkyrie having to make it from the long angle. Is he going to be able to stick this? I don't think so. Almost got the plant down. Instead, it's going to be the kill.
Now taking a shot through the bar. Valkyrie coming up huge, and that extends this game for one more round. And wow, that Purdue came alive exactly when they needed to here in a 3-6 match point scenario. Huge opportunity for Cal State to put up that round differential. Now, nearly eliminated between these, right? A 7-5 is just a couple rounds, and that can certainly be made up later in the tournament. And in this case, they could potentially send this one to OT as well, because this Purdue team is good. They just battled LVC double overtime, 15 rounds in the previous match here. So we know that they're capable of sending it to OT. Whether or not they want to is a little bit of a different question. In this case, for sure, Purdue does. Cal State wants to shut it down right here as we play out round 12, my friend.
Yeah, that's right. And it has been a long day of siege. Mental fatigue really starting to weigh in, and you've seen that with just some of the silly mistakes that we've seen to the downright outrageous, including the
You
TKs.
don't got to talk about my casting that way.
Listen. Oh, so you can start to see it, and that can prove to be useful depending on, of course, who's making those mistakes. If it's a one round away from sending this home, you got to be perfect. You can't have any sort of troll, and that's exactly what CSUF is looking to do here.
You know what? That's one of the things that so far I have absolutely loved about this Butler LAN is that when you're playing for round differential, no one is trolling, right? We are seeing incredible siege every single round. You're not seeing that sometimes you see the trolling happen. You see rounds being thrown. It's not that big of a deal. You're up 3 rounds. You can afford to throw some, right? That just isn't happening. We're seeing great siege every single round. So trying to take this win as quickly as possible. So now seeing this Purdue team holding on very closely. They got a little bit, looked like they had the opening up there on that second floor and playing it, but no, everybody downstairs on the first floor. Maybe a little bit of misdirection, causing the Cal State team to have to spend some time upstairs clearing, but no, they are basically also all bunkered back down, or at least fighting on the first floor for control. Nobody really taking advantage of any of the extra floors here on Cafe.
That's right. It's a bunker down versus a bunker take. This is going to be an outright bloodbath here. So Monty starts to push in. It still has to deal with that. Look at that. Takes away his crosshair, sends him out to the back. That's going to be the Flores drone that comes in and takes out the deployable shield. Now it's going to be... Jeez,
no way he survives that.
He is able to survive and hold on into the corner. Still not able to get that wall opened up, and now the Legion Goo is going to start to hem him in to this corner. It's a couple of pre-fires, but there's not much that they can do here. They are doing an exceptional job of holding off this attack team, and there's only 51 seconds left on the board, Whiskey.
It almost feels like a bit of a mistake to toss all of those impact EMPs at the deployable rather than try and get rid of that Cade Claw holding on to the main breach to get the Thermite to open it up, right? They needed that extra shot. They needed that sight line in to be able to help the Monty gain some real estate to make the push in. So it felt like a bit of a mistake. We're still sitting at a 4v3, 25 seconds left, match point.
That's right, and that's going to equalize here. It's the Cade sniper shot. He's going to take Poncho off the board. That's your Monty gone, and the shot's on the red. Wrath going to find it. Natural going to take Andy, and it's now all on the Flores' shoulder as they're looking for some overtime. Prone, pwned, and owned. We're going to OT, baby.
That's right, my friend. Purdue, we said they should and could win the next 3 rounds in a row after that rehost with Cal State on match point, and they do exactly that. Send it to OT, 6-6 as we head into round 13, my friend. Woo!
Okay, so a quick conversation, making sure that all the details are in line after the rehost. This just in. So we're gonna talk about what we got up to this point, right? This has been the battle for first place, right? So the implications outside of better seating and whatever. I mean, it's ego, right? This is all ego here on Cafe. Who's gonna be the reigning top dog?
That's right. Walking into tomorrow, that single elimination bracket, who is it going to be on top, right? Getting that first place seed, because right, what we had seen today is a fairly decent gap between the first place and fourth place teams in each of the groups. So That seeding difference, I think, is going to make a big difference in the way that those rounds play out, right? Now, of course, it is Rainbow Six Siege, and we know that there's a little bit of fatigue going on today. Tomorrow, a completely different option, right? Anybody can show up, right? Anybody can show up and have a great day of Siege. So, yes, it'd be great to have a first place seed, play that fourth, have a little bit of a psychological advantage, but for sure, we're seeing teams that maybe were predicted to be low on the scales come up huge today. So Vespa being one of those, and you know, either one of these guys could win it tomorrow.
That's the dang truth. 4,000 on the line for that. Okay, so back to the defense for Purdue as they're going to head up to the third floor here.
No, I think this is reading, isn't it?
It is reading, but everybody is up top. There is nobody inside. It is a full vertical hold, at least currently.
Did they go for like a misdirect?
I love that. I love that for them, and I love that for us, and I hope that it worked, but it probably didn't. Nook going to be on the board. Recently changed, right? Just had a bit of a nerf, right? Is
buff? No.
Oh, I meant buff.
Yeah, a little bit of a buff with a decreased recoil on the FMG9, as well as her gadget not using any of its energy when she's not moving. I think both of those things definitely increasing her utility as a part of a play-in, but it's got enough recoil to take a whiff down to the hallway, the bottom of the brown stairs here on Cafe, tied up 6-6, 1 minute gone so far. So we're seeing a lot of action happening, right? A lot of motion between these teams. It doesn't feel, almost doesn't feel quite as coordinated. Just like it feels like a little bit of that nervous energy setting in here now that we're on OT.
100%, and this is the first time they've even gotten inside, right? Buck making that drop down red, and Ash doing the same, but we're a minute and 40 in, just now starting to take it, and that's going to be a C4. Take Jocelyn off the board, and that's going to be the Ash gone on the entry, unfortunately, looking for that vertical play here. Doesn't quite know, has a missed opportunity there, still has to deal with those mirrors up top. Oh, good night.
Okay, answered back. They're yellow, deleted off the board there by Poncho. Answering back, right? We've been seeing these opening trades go back and forth. Hopefully a little bit of distraction, but there it is. Oh, unfortunately, having to waste one of your frag grenades clearing out the Aruna gate. Obviously an important piece of utility you needed to clear. Opting instead, keeping the drone alive, a little bit of that intel more important than the nades. But he's still got one. He'll try and force some of these defenders out of position. That's really that best use of the nades at this point. Forcing motion on the defending side.
That's right, and they're going to find one kill onto the Aruni as we take the body bounce shifting in favor of CSUF. C4 to ring out, looking for the ping, but he's going to get shot down by the Nook instead. Quick cape to answer back onto Poncho. It's a 3v2 with 32 seconds left on the board, and a low health scenario for the Valkyrie, who doesn't have a C4 in hand. So it's going to be the huge rotate, the scenic route. She's going to head towards those brown stairs, potentially white for the
it's so dangerous.
The flank here, but yeah, you got to do something, right? They got to find one to equalize here, or in the 13 seconds, they're going to be able to get a plant and a crossfire set up. That's going to be a Legion Goo into Ace's foot. I'm going to stop him from making that plant.
I don't know.
7
coming up
down.
the stairs.
This is it. This is going to be huge. He's going to come up. It's the play. Stops it, but he's going to get shot down. It's the plant. It's going to be Legion all alone. He can stop it. What? He can stop it. Oh.
He rounds the corner as the bullets are flying from the door. The crossfire was there. It was a fraction of a second too late. Unbelievable. Purdue, that is 4 in a row for this team to put them at the 7-6 scoreline. And now they are on match point after being down 3-6 back on round 9.
Yeah, that's a mental chocker right there, right? He's seen the Matrix. He knew what to do. He evaded the bullets and stopped the plant, which is exactly what he had to do. There's no time on the clock. Yeah, that is a mental chocker. It's going to be a tough. They got to have some sort of mental reset here going into this round, or Purdue, with their momentum that they've had, they're just about to run away with it.
Okay, so we talk about Cal State Fullerton on defense. They won, we got the 4-2 half to start with. They won 3F, 2F reading, 3, and then 1F. So they saw a win on all of the sites in the first half of the game. The attacking rounds that they won, 3F and 1F. So on round 13, Purdue played the 2F and won. So that was really Purdue's best opportunity from their defensive half, was winning those 2F sites. So now, assuming Cal State can win here and send it to double OT, the site choice that Purdue has to have is one that Cal State did win. So really, when you're talking about how close this match is between these two teams, I mean, statistically, neither one has got an advantage in the maps that are left at this point. So I would say right now, if you're Purdue, you have got to win right here, because put Cal State on an attack on one of the maps that are one of the sites that they felt more comfortable on. Really dangerous proposition. But obviously, if you're Cal State fans, send this baby to double overtime, then get that win on round 15.
That's right, and that's going to be a rotate up red as they open up the castle barricade and the main breach onto white. That thermite charge. And nobody having any real damage done, right? It's been...
Siva taking down Wrath and Quick Cape. Holy cow, boy. We talked about Cal State needing to win this thing right now to send it to 15, and they are doing it in style. They are 1 kill away from a flawless here on round 14.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be on pace for the ace, and it's yellow to get the job done, the frag leader for Purdue. And it's looking like there's a real good chance for them to tie this bad boy up. I mean, this is an uphill climb, and the crosses are set up everywhere, right? Double on the red in the window. It's the double inside a bakery, or inside of that backside, and that's going to be Warden going to get taken off the board as the first kill. He's got plenty of time to work, so let him cook. Let him cook.
No need to get crazy at this point, right? You still got a minute to try and bait some of these kills out, right? Just force them into taking some extra risks unnecessary that they don't need to, right? You could absolutely have this Cal State team bunker back down. They're go ahead and not going to do that. Okay. I thought for a second we were about to shout that we were going to double OT, but yeah, this just in from Prod. We're gonna take a break, maybe. Okay, yeah, this just in from Prod. We are going to go to what I guess a quick rehost, maybe not a full rehost in this case, all the way to double OT, and we're gonna stop it on round 15. Boy, talking about icing the kicker, but at least it was done equally, because we're tied up with 1 round to go. I don't know that anybody's got an advantage here.
Yeah, it's icing the casters. That's what they did. No, it's okay. It's a blast, right? Let the siege continue on. That's what we're here for. We want some more anyways. Heck, why not? Let's stay all night. You guys bring your pajamas, bring the snacks. We're going to make it a siege slumber party, folks. Okay, so a quick rehost where we're at. It's the battle for first place. It is tied up. It is as close as it can physically possibly get. I mean, what's the deal here?
You're talking about mental fatigue, right? Purdue now has had 2 games in a row go all the way, all 15 rounds. And in addition, we ended up having, I guess we could sort of call this the third rehost here for this one, unfortunately. You know, it's just how live siege goes. It happens, right? It's a part of the game, and being a part of at a LAN where all kinds of stuff can happen. So in this case, Purdue has been, playing just these 2 games for like basically 3 hours, locked in, right? No real break in terms of, having one game go quickly and then having to wait for another round. Like our next game that's going to be streamed, those guys are waiting for this game to finish, right? They're getting the break. They're getting to take that mental break, grabbing some water, grabbing some food. Purdue has not really had that opportunity. They've been locked in this whole time, and to go 15 rounds on both, 30 rounds of intense siege to try and find and earn that first place. boy, this is a tough round for them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a real cheers moment for sure. Everybody's just showing the mental fortitude here of playing hours and hours of Siege. And that is not also compared to what they've already done to the day, right? The scrims that they had in place to get ready for it, the theory sessions, the going last minute, going over the strats before you get into it, the VOD review of the teams that are coming up. I mean, this is just... CR6 last night, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, just an incredible amount of Siege being played between these fellas, and they're still not just showing like great mental fortitude, but I mean, most of them class act, right? It's a good community here at the Butler land.
Yeah, it's been an electric environment here. The energy that the teams are showing. I mean, we're working hard to try and match that level of intensity that, the fans out on the floor, the fans outside that continue to walk by the window into the casting booth. It has been fantastic to see that level of engagement with the community and the teams. Now, talking about Purdue taking on Cal State Fullerton, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and ask it, man. Who do you think is going to take the double OT round 15?
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, let's hear
the
it.
Pressure.
Yeah.
I think that Purdue has got the fortitude to see it through, right? They have got the momentum built up in their favor. It is all coming up PU at this moment.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and go with Cal State. I'm just going to take the opposite for fun. We got the Team iOS core on this team and a little bit of a break, a little bit more, got a little bit more juice in the tank ready. And on attack, that's the harder climb up the hill. So they're going to put in that little bit extra.
All right. Whoever wins gets $1. From production, though. Not from either one of us. No, you heard me, Brad. You heard me. I said it live. We can't take that back. Yeah. Okay, it's the last one. Let's get into it. It's the final round for all of the... Well, not money, the glory, though, of moving on and taking the higher seed. And what are we going to see for that? We're going to take it back to the second 2F location with... They're trolling now, right? They're trolling.
All right, you know what? Earlier when I said that that we weren't seeing trolling happening, what I was talking about was throwing rounds inside the game, right? Now it appears that we're being trolled by like potentially the internet, Somebody is definitely trolling. I'm just not sure who it is yet, but at least in the game, in the rounds, we haven't seen the trolling. I have no idea what the issue here was, though. I'm like looking like there might possibly
it's
be
gonna
something
be written
pop
down.
up.
It's going to be written down here, right on the... Oh, of course, they, Flivlevidevs. We picked the wrong teams. They did. Not we. We didn't do that.
Casters, start the game.
I am not saying that, Prod. Okay, folks, just give us one more second, right? We're gonna throw it to a quick break while they get it set back up and verify that the details are, of course, all correct. And then when we come back, the stunning conclusion, the one you've been waiting for, who becomes number one, we're gonna find out right after this rehost is done. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. It has been dramatic, and I feel like it should be like more epic for this last round, this quest for the number one spot in a world where two teams quest for dominance. Right? I mean, it's got all on the line here for that spot.
You know what we ought to do? Check it out, man. Round one, restart the game back at 0 and see who can do this straight through. We're going to erase the last 14 rounds. Send it, my friend, back to round one. No, we're just kidding. This is round 15. This is it. Now, we go back to the picks. Whiskey Glitter here has picked Purdue to win it. I picked CSUF to win it. Who's it going to be? Down to that last round. Round 15, double OT, 2 games in a row. Boy, outside of the rehost, you couldn't have asked for anything more.
That's right. If it comes down to a 1v1 gunfight at the end, I'm probably going to lose my mind, right? We'll check off all the boxes. And not only that, not only are the stakes high for Purdue and CSUF, but out of me and Whiskey, whoever wins, production's giving us $1. So...
upstairs to the 3rd floor, and we talked about as when watching this overtime play out. Right, Purdue started on a defense. They won their defense. Cal State, they won their defense on the 1st floor, and we knew that Purdue's best opportunity was the 2nd floor site, and that's what they won back on round 13. The reason is because Cal State won back on round 8 and 9, the 3rd and the 1st floor when Purdue was playing defense. So it feels like a really long time ago after so many of these rehosts. Oh, look at this! What a shot!
What a shot! But prophetic. He knew it was coming. He dips out of there, takes the hatch, rotates around, and might get the kill for coming up red.
I think the mistake there, the error in the ways was that they ended up having to use 2 shots to open up the hatch, and there was a pause between them, right? If that first shot had opened up the hatch and he dropped, that was a kill. But since it was a 1 pause 1 before the hatch broke, gave just enough time for Natural playing that mute to just dip right out of there. But boy, was that one close. Like, we were just trying to finish up that thought, and here we are a minute and a half into this round. But Cal State won, like we said, 3rd, 3F and 1F back on 8 and 9. So here it is. We're back on 3F.
He jumped out and back upstairs to the roof again. After that whole jump down red, right? Crazy. So now we're going to see Ash putting themselves on the first bit of entry here. There is a ping going out to somebody sitting back in that corner, but nobody there to take the battle. Looking for some of those cams, really kind of taking their time, and really Whiskey for 1 round to claim it all. We're already down to 64 seconds, and all 5 members are still alive. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Yellow with the C4 onto Jocelyn. That's going to take the man advantage into Purdue's hands here. They still got some of those cams to deal with, though. Bravo going to need to get active. Look at this. Shots from below. Not going to find it as a vertical. Not to be had here. So, going to take a couple of shots. Goes for another C4. Not going to be able to be used there. Mira still has 1 in the pocket, but they are just moving, right? Prone position. Now going to save that life. He just comes in from the backside, and it's going to be taken out again as the train comes through. Now puts us into a 4v3, into a 3-3. We're getting close to that 1v1 scenario. 24 seconds left as Ash takes a huge amount of damage. Reduced to 9, but it's going to get the down on the Malusi. Pistol popping, body dropping now. The man advantage sits in the hands of CSUF as the plant starts to go down. It's gonna be a tough retake scenario here for the Valkyrie and the Mira. Valkyrie gonna come around the corner, Poncho with the triple kill. And it's a post-plant scenario. They get the down now into a 2v1 as the Vector rings out, and it's a classic retake for Mira here. The cross is set up as they start to move into some better positions. They get a ping, but it forces them back into that cigar area. So, oh man, tough situation if you're the defense here. That's a reverse Malusi and the cam going down, and he's going to go for the long arm here. Takes it to 50. Takes it to 75. They need to get there and get him. That's going to be the shotgun as Andy's going to take it. CSUF, the winners, and taking that number 1 spot. Well, you called it, Whiskey.
I just felt like, we walked into what was that final round after Purdue having truly a marathon, a couple hours of siege, right? 15 rounds of intense locked-in siege. And that is just, that is tough for anybody to do, continue at that level. Because, of course, this wasn't their first game. We're on round 3 of the night. So they've already had to play 4 maps before the start of this one. So that was my thought behind it. But big congratulations to the Cal State Fullerton team for coming up after what was an immense round, a number of rounds of siege, and a number of rehosts. I think we were trying to set the personal land record here for number of rehosts in a single map. But also got to say, Purdue, congrats to you guys for making it this far. 2 games, 2 heartbreaking games, but so close, right? Keeping the round differential to a single round over 30 rounds is truly an impressive feat, even if they didn't win one.
That's right. Valiant attempt, but it is going to be CSUF that comes out on top. So, and it was a great game. It's everything that you could ask for from Cafe. We're gonna do an interview, right? We're gonna get down and get some questions, figure out what exactly was going through their heads, especially when we're getting into those rehost scenarios. How does that play into the mental? We're gonna get those answers for you, and I can't wait for it. And then one more map.
One more map. Let's go, my friend. After the interview, though.
That's true. Okay, so we're going to get somebody in here to chat about what just went down. Mr. Whiskey. And we'll do the...
Yeah.
Come on in.
What's up, guys?
What's happening? Come on in.
Doing good.
Congratulations. What a huge W. Hard fought all the way through. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Still got one more map though, so.
Oh, my Lord. That's the chant of the
Through
evening,
the trials
right?
and tribulations.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Are you feeling pretty confident going into that next one?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't care if we lose. I think we secured our first seed, so
Yeah.
hopefully, I think Lebanon Valley's got one more game, and if they win that one, maybe it'll affect it. But
Maybe, but with a 15 rounder in that previous game, they've only got 1 round differential as well. So
yeah,
it's going to be real close. I think this puts you guys, like you said, in first place, which obviously huge congrats for that.
thank you.
So what's going through your head when you're having these rehosts? Like, how do you maintain a good mental when you're having to restart the round over and over and over again?
I didn't care. All I knew is that they were getting iced and I wasn't. So, I mean,
Yep. Oh, he said it didn't matter. Pro strat. If you just don't care, you're gonna win. Right? I like it. So walk us through some of that early rounds, right? It's just going back and forth.
I don't even remember.
Right. It was felt like ages ago.
Well, it was like 2 hours ago.
Is Cafe a map that you guys enjoy playing? Is it one you play pretty regularly?
So, we don't regularly play it, but we do kind of like it. Recently, we at the R6 West Golden Coast Clash LAN event, we won, and our last map in a best of 5 was Cafe, going double OT, or not double OT, actually, just 1 round over into OT. But it's something that we can fall back onto, the map itself, when we're not really feeling good on our other pretty good maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Kind of a classic, right? Something
Yeah.
you feel comfortable with when you're getting into some of those late rounds. It's got to be electric out there, right? Especially getting towards the end of the night. Does that play into how you guys are playing? The people standing around, the cheering, or does it start to affect your mental? Does it put the pressure on?
For me personally, no. I don't know how my other teammates would feel. I just knew I had to make some plays, and I didn't really let anything else affect me around me, So, just decided, gotta get out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Staying calm, cool, and collected.
So you're going for what is basically hopefully a third final in collegiate lands here, because you guys were in the finals in Columbus in January. You won the finals out in the West Coast, and tomorrow setting up for potentially another run.
Yes, hopefully. I mean, I made a bet with one of my friends on the team. If I get over 150 kills in the whole event,
Yep.
and we win, he's gonna get my gamer tag tattooed on his thigh.
Oh, that's amazing.
What?
That's amazing. That's huge. Hopefully we can stream that live if it gets it done. Right? There's kind of some added
Yes.
content there.
That right there, that is a solid motivational. That's what we want to see. So all of a sudden, I'm a Cal State fan.
Yeah. So one question I'd like to ask everybody, it's just kind of a throwaway here, but if you could ban an operator off completely forever, not going to be seen again, who's that for you?
I was kind of abusing him earlier today, but Blitz.
For that same reason?
I mean, if I can do it, I know someone else out there can do it, so don't want to see that.
Yep. Okay. Well, it's been a wide variety of answers on that today. Anything that you want to say to the folks still watching?
Shout out Wesker Chen. I wish you guys could have come. They're Utah players.
Oh,
so.
gotcha.
I'm gonna get out there. We're gonna get first.
There it is.
So.
Let's go.
All right, folks, you heard it here, folks. One more game this evening, and it's coming at you in a last map style. I can't even wait for it. So sit back, relax, because when we come back, we're going to bring you the last map. Ayo.
Let's go.
Thank you for watching. For more updates, follow the Butler Esports socials at Butler Esports.